Alright guys, so this is a genuine OEM from GM headlight. I don't have the time. I know there's a lot of great aftermarket lights out there. I just don't have the time for fitment issues or anything else like that. So I went to the dealership and bought the stock OEM headlight from the dealership just so I can get her done, make sure it matches the other one as well. The other thing is I didn't want to replace both my headlights if I didn't have to. So that's why we're going the route that we did here. And there she is, ready to get put on the car. Alright, let's give it a try. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the 11 clips that are holding on this cover right here. So these clips are in two parts. I have found the best way to get them out is to get a small pry tool and put it in the little slot that they leave for you. Pop up the first part, then come in with the clip tool and pop it up just like that. I'm thoroughly impressed. We only had one casualty. Okay, so that's everything we need on the top part of the car. We're going to now go underneath to get the remaining bolts and screws out so we can take the bumper off. So you need to remove these bolts, that one, that one, that one, that one, and those ones. There are 6 7mm bolts that you need to remove for the inner liner. Now we'll go do the same thing on the other side. There are 2 clips inside the bumper that need to be released for it to slide off. This is what they look like. This is where they're located. There's a little tab that needs to be removed. So I'm having trouble finding anything that will reach down that far to unclasp those 2 little latches. So I'm just going to remove the latch, the hood latch mechanism, and that should give me enough room to get my arm down there, theoretically. Just like that. We didn't break anything miraculously, so we're good to go. So I have lower fog lights, which is what I didn't really take into account for. So this electrical line feeds down into the bumper, so you can't take off the bumper without disconnecting this. On this particular latch, there's a red pull tab, and you have to push up on this little red one back here to alleviate it from what it's clamping onto on the other side. Just want to give you a close-up of the clip that's attached to the bumper. So this red part, let me focus here. This red part slides back, and right in here, see how it comes out right there in the end, and then slides back. So this little piece needs to be lifted up and over the piece that it's connected to on the other side, which is right here. It's a little raised piece. So that red part has to come up and over, and then you slide it out. Should be in business now. I think what's going on here, this is where I got hit, and I think the alignment is off, which is why this is not slipping out more easily, because it should come out at this point. And there you have it. Easy, right? So I found this broken piece, and I'm assuming this is off the old headlight. So let's get this out, get the new one in. So we have two 10mm bolts up here, and I believe there's one here and possibly another one, but I'll have to find out. Let's see. Okay. Fortunately with these lights, they just have the one clip here to hold them in, and that's going to be fun getting out. It looks similar to the clip that was up here, where you have to pull the red part out. Excuse me, the little bend the clip, but you have no access to the front of it because it's facing the headlight. So let me look at this here for a minute. Just stay. Just stay. Going to reference the new headlight. Okay, so there's a latch on the new headlight that something obviously grabs onto, so we're gonna have to get back there and release it somehow. I've been fiddling with the headlight, so I'm going to show you the connection for the headlight because it has not been easy. But again, I think this is in Arizona. Everything gets fried to a crisp thing here. See if we can get any lights. Alright, so on this one too, you had the red clip on the top that has to get pulled back, but you have to dig out underneath here to get it to release. So with mine, I had to pull it so hard it actually broke. This is the headlight, the actual lamp inside, because the Arizona sun just bakes this stuff. So that then is what's left. Another thing I wanted to tell you, at least this is how it was for me. They want you to return the core for the headlight, and you get, in my case, $100 back. This headlight was very expensive. It's like $900. So any money you can get back is going to be a good thing. So you need to return this to the dealership where you bought it. At least that was my experience. That was part of the package when I bought this. So this will be going back to the dealership and I'll be getting a refund. So I'm just inspecting to see if there's any other damage that I need to address before I put the new light back on. And it looks like the frame and everything else is intact, so all the pieces that broke were connected to the headlight. So with that being said, let's get the new headlight on. Just checking for fitment real quick. Making sure we don't have any major issues before I clip everything in. I'm intentionally leaving as much of this plastic on to prevent scratching as I can. Everything looks good, so let's get it connected. So there's 4 10mm bolts that need to connect this. I only took 3 out because one of them that goes right here, this piece was broken. But I still have the bolt, so all 4 will go back on now. Before I put the bumper on, I want to test the headlight to make sure it's working. I don't know if it will because I don't know if it's going to have an issue with this wire not connected to the bottom ones. I'm assuming it will because most of the lights, they just tell you that these ones aren't working or are broken, but everything else still works for safety reasons. So fingers crossed, let's see what happens. Okay. The running lights work. The indicator works. That's what was broken before. That's the only thing that wasn't working. High beams work. Hazards work. All right, let's get this bumper back on. So I'm just making sure the wires aren't getting pinched down here. That's what's taking a moment. So the wires were getting pinched right there, so it wasn't letting it sit in close like that. So now, check our alignment. Okay, let's get the connector connected. Connectors clipped in there. We're going to test the bottom lights. Fog lights are on. Good to go. Let's get the ones back underneath. Let's get the trim liner put back in. And there it is, guys, job done. Congratulations. So this is a Chevy Tahoe, but the same process can be applied to almost any modern vehicle. You're going to have some plastic vanity pieces inside the engine bay that will be held on with clips and some screws and possibly some small bolts, maybe some wheel well pieces that need to be loosened up, all for you to gain access to your headlight. Almost all modern cars will only have one simple connector on the back, so it's really not that complicated or difficult. I use power tools for time and convenience, but this job could be completed without any power tools whatsoever. Even a small basic toolkit can do this. So in closing, if you guys are finding my content useful or even mildly entertaining, would you take 2 seconds of your time and like and subscribe? It helps Google know that I'm doing a good job. Thank you so much and have a great day.